Hello there, and welcome to Year 9 Options Evening for Music. And thank you very much for watching this video, as it probably means that you are interested in doing music next year, which is brilliant. And I really hope this video answers any questions you may have about what we do in music in Year 10 and Year 11, and any questions you might have about the course. Having said that, if there are any questions that you still have after watching this video, then please ask me in lesson time. And parents, if you still have any questions, please email me or give me a call at school, and I'll be happy to answer them. So the name of the course that we do in Year 10 and Year 11 at Workington Academy is RSL Level 2 Certificate in Performance for Music Practitioners. So it's quite a long name. It's essentially GCSE level music performance. So RSL is Rock School, and that is a vocational exam board similar to BTEC. So the way this course is graded is pass, merit, distinction. Each one of those having a GCSE equivalent, which I will go into more detail towards the end of the video. But it is recognised, like I've said, just like BTECs and GCSEs in terms of sixth form and universities. So it's a GCSE level course in music performance. So why choose music? Well, first of all, the name suggests that you will be performing, and that is true. You will need to perform to pass this course. So you need to be willing to perform on an instrument of your choice, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to play an instrument currently to do this course. Okay, so you can learn or start learning a course for the first time at the start of Year 10. That's absolutely fine, but you do need to realize that you will be required to perform on your instrument, whether that's singing, violin, guitar, drums, bass, saxophone, you name it, any instrument that you currently play or want to play, that is what you will perform on. But why else might you choose music? Well, you might choose music because as it's a creative subject, you want to have a creative subject on your timetable. It could be that because you love listening to music and you're really passionate about music, you want to develop your subject knowledge on music and your awareness and your development of music as well. And it also could be that you actually do want to work in the music industry when you're older. So that could be that you want to be a songwriter or an actual artist on your instrument in your band. Or it could be that you want to work in some of the many other jobs that exist in the music industry. So before I go on to talk about the course content and what you will do on the course, here are some of the jobs. So it's only some, there are more. Here are some of the jobs that you could do in the music industry. And most of these will require a music qualification. Now, I'm not going to talk through all of them on this PowerPoint. So if you want to pause it and pause the PowerPoint now and just have a look at this diagram, you can do. But I'm just going to quickly go through some of the jobs that are on that diagram. So in the music industry, you've got your artist manager, your band manager, A&R. So artist and repertoire is a little bit like a scout in sports. So where you have a scout in football or netball or rugby who goes to try and find the next talent for a big club, it's similar in music with an artist and repertoire. They are people searching for the next band or artist for a record label to sign. Publicist, tour manager, internet music distributor, booking agents. In your performance sector, this is obviously more about the jobs that involve actually playing or being creative. So you've got your artists, you've got your band members, backing singers, you've got your DJs and radio DJs, as well as orchestra members and studio musicians. In the technology sector, you've got your sound engineers, live sound engineers, music producer, software designer, web designer, sound technician, studio manager. You've also got jobs in the film and game industry as well. So film music composer, video game composer, sound effects engineer, Foley artist, sound engineer. So composer being someone who writes music for the films and writes music for the video games. In education, you've got people like myself, music teachers. You've also got instrumental teachers, university lecturers, and also people that work in the community. You've got admin jobs, retail jobs, such as people who actually work in shops, but also people that build instruments. You've got subscription managers, merchandising and publishers. You've got postgraduate professionals. So these are jobs where you would definitely need to have a degree. So music therapist, legal professional, so like a music solicitor, business professional and copyright specialist. You've got jobs that are heavily reliant on you being good at writing. So music journalist, music critic, people that work for music magazines, and obviously the editor for that music magazine. So they're just a few of the jobs that I've kind of rushed through very quickly because I could be here forever going through all the jobs where you could work within music. But it should also be stressed as well that you might not want to necessarily do a job in the music industry, but studying music for year 10 and year 11 could still be beneficial. Certainly for your CV, where it gives you a nice broad range of subjects on your CV. It's something that might set you out apart from other people in the interview process, something for you to talk about as an interest that you might have. But also, it is a very broad course. So it shows that you are able to develop various skill sets to be successful. So going into talking about the course content, what will be expected of you and how many units will you do? So over the 2 years, you will be required to complete 3 units. These units are spread out across the 2 years, and 2 of them are core units and 1 of them is an optional unit. Optional doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. Optional means that as a school, we can choose between the optional units which one we do based on the musical skill set of the learners for that particular year. So the two core units that we must do, so everyone who does this course nationally must do these 2 units, is music knowledge development and live music performance. So they are the core units that every student who does this course must study. 1 of them is internal. So music knowledge development is internal, live music performance is external. What that means is that music knowledge development, that is marked by myself and then is moderated by the exam board. So it's marked internally. Live music performance is externally marked. So I don't mark it at all. It's completely marked by the exam board. And that is similar to the written exam in most subjects. So there is no written exam in music. Your exam, if you will, is your live music performance that you do at the end of year 11. So to give you an example of what that might be, it will probably be a 10 to 15 minute set list that you choose the songs for, that you perform, whether that's on your own or as part of a group or a band. It depends on your instrument as well. If you're a drummer or a bass player, it's almost certain that you'll need to be in some form of group, because those instruments rely on that. If you're a singer, you might not necessarily need to have a live band with you. But your live music performance will be a set list of between 10 to 15 minutes of repertoire that you choose the songs that you want to do. However, obviously, I will support you choosing those songs if you're having problems. But again, this course is all about your musical learning and your musical interest. So you get to choose the songs that you play. If the optional unit is instrumental study, for example, that is also internally marked, just like music knowledge development. So they are the 3 units that we are currently doing at the moment with this year's year 10 and year 11. And they are music knowledge development, live music performance, and instrumental study. Now, the way that you submit work on this course, there are multiple ways you can submit work. There isn't just one way. And that's the other great thing about this course as well, is that it is all about the strengths of the learner. So those of you who prefer to talk about your work rather than necessarily writing it, there is often opportunities for you to submit your work via vlogs or via recording into a microphone. So rather than necessarily writing it as an essay, for example, you might submit your work as a vlog, so a video diary, or you might submit it as like a conversation into an audio file. There are multiple ways to submit work, and we kind of do that as well. And the course is designed to keep it interesting for the learner. So submissions aren't always the same stimulus. So your evidence can be different, and the way you submit work can be different as well. So as I've said, the 3 units that we choose is live music performance. That's the core external unit. We've got music knowledge development, which is the internal core, and then the optional unit we are currently doing is instrumental study. As I said at the start of this video, they are marked pass, merit, distinction, so they have a GCSE equivalent. So, for example, a pass would be the equivalent of a grade 5. They all have a credit weighting. So by the end of the 2 years, each learner must have fulfilled 20 credits. So as you can see from the table, we've got 8 credits for the live music performance, 4 credits for music knowledge development, and 8 for the instrumental study, totaling 20. So you do the 3 units by the end of the 2 years, and that is how you achieve your grade. You'll be graded individually for each unit, and then your overall grade is worked out by looking at the grades you've achieved for each of the 3 units. I've already talked about the live music performance. It's fairly self-explanatory in the name that you will be performing live. Your internal core unit for music knowledge development is about your development of your knowledge for a particular genre of your choice and a particular band. So you'll be studying a genre of your choice, an artist or a band of your choice, and analyzing their music and their career. Your instrumental study unit is all about your personal development on your instrument. So regardless of your ability, so whether you've just started an instrument for the first time at the start of year 10, or whether you've been playing an instrument for 5 years, the instrumental study is about you focusing on one area of your practical ability and how you improve it. So it could be, if you're a guitarist, it could be that you've been really struggling to play bar chords. So you might choose a bar chord that you're struggling to play, and you analyze your progression from learning to when you first started to learn that bar chord to when you can play it properly and play it really, really well. So you would probably submit that as a vlog, as a video diary. You would also maybe submit it as a PowerPoint showing where you started and where you finished. So the instrumental study is all about your personal development, regardless of ability, on your particular instrument. So hopefully I've answered a few questions there. If you do have any other questions about what the course involves, please, like I've said, speak to me in lesson time, or parents contact me via email or phone the school. But the one thing that I really want to get across to you is this course is brilliant for catering for each individual learner in terms of your personal musical interest and your personal musical journey as well. Okay, so it's a great course. It's incredibly personalized for each learner, which is brilliant, and it does reward those people that put passion, energy, and commitment into their musical studies. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.